Well, finally, somebody who has a different look on Tesla and sees it more than just a car company. Very, very interesting. So, your man Tom here is going to drop some information that most people don't know about. So, let's take a good listen to see what Tom here has to say.
At Post 9. Not going your way today. Tom, why do you feel like things are going to turn for this company?
Yeah, I mean, look, this company is in between two waves, is what Elon calls it, right? You had the Model 3 and the Model Y, which is largely saturated. The next big catalyst is going to be the affordable car. Unfortunately, that comes in, what, H2 25. So he doesn't think about things on a day-to-day or month-to-month period, as you probably know very well. He's looking at things from a years, if not decades, perspective. So we're just in between this period of two lulls. Eventually, we'll get this catalyst with this vehicle that'll come out. And there's some long-term tectonic things that people just aren't talking about, which folks like me will start writing reports about.
Yes, exactly that. Elon Musk has a long term vision on where things will be. And most people, like stock analysts, they have a short term vision like, where's the stock price going to be in the next week and a half or maybe next month? And people like Tom here are speaking on the idea that, you know what? We have a long term vision to see where things will be further down the line, not like next week, because it's very hard to predict what's going to come up soon with the Tesla stock or even with the company alone. But long term, their goals typically always get hit. Whenever Elon Musk has a goal or Tesla, the company, they have a goal that they have about 2 years out, and they might miss it by a couple of days or a week or a month or so, sometimes longer. But the majority of the time, they do hit every goal that they state that they'll do. So this is a very interesting thing to hear from my man Tom.
And get folks interested eventually.
So, such as?
Energy storage. Nobody's talking about this. This is trillions of dollars of opportunity. Problem is, it's like decades away potentially. These guys have 15% market share in this business, and the profitability is higher than the profitability of cars.
Bingo. That, exactly that. You see, a lot of people don't even know that Tesla is doing energy storage. And some people will be like, what the heck is energy storage? Basically, Tesla is creating big mega battery packs that will be charged up from the sun and they will hold power inside them for whenever we need them. Like if there were to be a power outage, uh, instead of having a generator or anything like that, this is a substitute to a generator. It is a mega pack that holds batteries that if there was a power outage, they would just turn on and they would run the city or your home or whatever it may be. It's going to revolutionize the idea of powering your home, even can help get off of the grid down the line. Of course, it's like he said, decades away, but it could be maybe a little sooner or maybe he's spot on. But the idea is that this is going to be bigger than the car market, way bigger than them selling cars. It's going to make trillions of dollars more. Like it's going to be ridiculous.
Of cars. And then, of course, autonomy, right? There's just a lot of negativity in autonomy today. If you guys ever used FSD, I think it's a pretty amazing product. I think it's the most amazing product I've used since the iPhone.
Wow. Wow, wee. Did you hear that, people? This man said that full self-driving, which is the self-driving car, the Tesla when it drives by itself, says it was the best product that he's used since the iPhone. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people would disagree, but that doesn't matter. Here's an individual who is in the field testing technologies and understanding companies, and his exact takeaway was that this was the best thing he's experienced since the iPhone. Of course, a lot of people would be out there saying, oh no, blah, 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 I don't want to do that. I don't trust it. Yeah. Well, that's okay if you have trust issues and you are a power control person. I'm not taking this to be funny or make fun of you. I'm being very serious. There are people who do have control problems and they would rather be in control of the car instead of letting the car drive for you, even though the car is going to start driving better than you. But the point is that this is going to be huge. He's saying that the autonomous part of Tesla is going to make way more money than them selling cars. It's going to be complete night and day. It's going to bring in trillions of dollars, just like the energy part. Not the cars, but the software to the cars. So yeah, let's continue on, shall we?
Finally going to get this version 12 this year, which could get the attach rate up. The problem is not enough people have tested this thing. Once you have people test it and the pricing needs to come down, that could change things dramatically. People look at it as a software stock, not just an auto company.
Right, you can sit here and talk about what's on the come, but 25 is a long way away to wait for this new, cheaper model. And so I do wonder what happens in the intervening years at this point to at least keep the stock where it is, if not battle those who say EV sales growth is slowing down. Used car prices for Teslas, for example, are a key indicator that this is not going the way they want it to.
Yeah, you're right. Things could get worse before they get better. There's no doubt about it. My job is to say where this stock will be a year from now, not next week. So,
Ha 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 ha. Bingo. My man just straight roasted those analysts because typically analysts always try to figure out where the stock is next week. And this man just said, my job is to figure out where the stock will be a year from now, not a week from now. Because typically, A lot of people in firms, they will sell their stocks because they see the price go down and then they'll buy back in when they think it's going to be cheaper. But it's very hard to predict exactly how low the stock will go. Sometimes people sell it when they think it's at the selling point, and then their stock shoots past the point where they sold it, and then they end up buying the stock back higher than what they did, acting like they can read the charts. I mean, come on, no one can predict where a stock price is going. I'm sure people will say, I do, blah, 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 because this line and this line, but really, it's all about people buying and selling. That's what moves the stock price, not the damn stock price on its own. It doesn't just have a mind of its own. It's people buying and selling. So yeah, that guy just completely laughed at him saying, I can't figure out where it's going to be a week from now. Roasted.
You're right. Near term, definitely challenging. Elon says it all the time, right? But again, you got to have a broader view of it. And I don't know about you, I can never time this thing, right? So it
Bingo, exactly. Him again being honest, saying that he can never time just where the stock price is going to go because it's true. People think that they can time the market and all that stuff, but history has shown over and over again that you can never really know exactly where the market's going to go and how far down the stock price is going to go or where it's going to go up. So, hey, if you think you can, great. But to be honest, you're getting lucky, not because you're right.
So it pops when it pops, right? Somebody like me writes a big report and everybody gets excited, and that's the narrative that changes things. Near term, though, I just don't know what the near term catalyst is from a data point perspective that re-rates the stock.
What percentage of your valuation model is the core auto business?
10%.
10%.
Yes.
And the rest is energy,
Autonomy and energy,
AI,
mostly autonomy.
mostly autonomy.
And if you don't know why that man went 10%, what he's saying is that the Tesla, the car part, is the smallest part of the business. It's what we see out on the streets, but the part that's going to make the most money is going to be the software and the full self driving.
Right? They should do well long term. And again, auto business, 10% of my valuation, right? It's really an autonomy business and an energy storage business.
Boom shakalaka. Case in point, my man said that Tesla is really an autonomy business and an energy storage business, not a car selling business. The thing is that they have to sell these cars because inside the cars is where they're going to have the software, and that's where their business is going to come from the full self driving, and just from you being able to sit inside the car and use infotainment, Netflix, kickback, and chill. That's where they're going to make their big bucks from. Of course, it's not any time now, but just like Tom said, it's sometime in the future. So if you sit around and thinking that it's going to be sometime now, you're going to be mistaken. But there's going to be a time in the future where Tesla is not just a car company, but an energy storage company and an autonomous company. Yeah, you will see. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in again, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'll have more information about Tesla, where the auto market is going, and big tech. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.